friends, Paul here in the RoJoBe Music Machine Shop, and welcome to part 3 of the electric guitar build project. So in the second episode, just trying to remember what I was doing, starting to make the shape of the body, initially using my laser engraver to engrave the shape of the body onto the wood. And I've now cut it out on the bandsaw with my brand new blade and shaped it on the final shaping on the oscillating spindle sander. It's not absolutely perfect yet, but that's fine. It's 96% there. I didn't film it because it's A, noisy, B, messy, and C, is very time consuming. So I didn't film it, but we've now got the basic shape, well, the shape, the final shape really. And also something else I've done, again off camera, is I've marked out where some of the hardware will be going. So we've got the neck pocket here, and then we've got the neck humbucker here. I haven't marked out the bridge humbucker yet because that will be determined by where the bridge ends up, and I can't really tell where that's going to be until I've got the neck installed, or at least temporarily. You can possibly see the outline of the pick guard as well, going around here and here and then up here. And also it's not very good light in here. Oh wow, it's terrible light. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but also the control panel here as well. So I've got it all marked out in pencil. Now again, I didn't film this because it's very time consuming and kind of boring. Lots of, putting the hardware on and lining it up, measuring, calculating. This just to put all these pencil marks on here probably took me an hour and a half, I would say, because if you don't get this right first time and you cut it, you're stuck with it. So I've spent a lot of time marking out. You probably can't see it, but I've got a centre line all the way down the middle of the body there. The neck pocket is the most crucial because if that's at an angle one side or another, then your neck's not going to be straight, and the strings will come down sort of to one side, this side or this side, meaning the bridge will be off centre. It will still work, it will just look horrific. So I spent a lot of time marking all this up, ready to start cutting. So I'll just put that to one side for a minute. I've got a couple of templates as well. Now this is the humbucker template, probably better to show you like that. It is pretty rough, but this is one I made a long time ago actually. When I was doing the double neck, I made this. So it's just a rough shape of the humbucker, the centre part of it. It doesn't have to be perfect. This cavity in the body is not going to be seen because there's going to be a humbucker in it, or two in this case. It doesn't have to be a snug fit. We just need the humbucker to actually slot in there, actually to have a little bit of space all the way around. But I'm going to use this template, it's on a thick piece of wood, to cut out the shape and then tidy it up by hand if necessary. I said it doesn't really need it, but for my own peace of mind I probably will. And I've got some double-sided tape on the back of there. And also, a little while back, I made this template, which is for the neck pocket. Now, one side is aluminium. It's 2 millimeters thick, and then you can't really see it, but the back is perspex or acrylic. That's 3 mil thick, so the whole thing is 5 millimeters thick. And again, tape on the back of this. So you can see on both of these, I've put a lot of tape on them because if these move while I'm doing the routing, I'm going to have a big problem. So I want to make sure that these do not move at all while I'm doing the routing. So I've got, let me just show you actually the neck, okay? So let me just show you how well this template fits. What's the best way to do it? So if I just slot that in there. Yeah, I mean, it's not absolutely perfect, but it's pretty damn good. And you know, I took a lot of time making this template. Wanted to make sure it was absolutely perfect because you know, when I route out the neck pocket in the body using this template, this neck has to fit in there real snug. Not tight, or not tight, but snug. And you can see, you know, the way I've made that is, you know, really, really tight. And the fact that I've made it with, you know, aluminium and acrylic, dropping it on the floor shouldn't hurt it. I'll just check that it hasn't bent or anything, but that's absolutely fine. So that's the template for the neck pocket and the template for the humbuckers. So first thing I need to do is, let me just put that neck up there, is start to drill some pilot holes in the board, ready to start doing the routing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill some big holes across the bottom of here, and then use the bandsaw to cut out the majority of the wood. I'm going to do the same on here, probably just need one hole here, as a pilot hole for the router to get in and start cutting it out. And the same on the control panel here, at least one hole, possibly two. Again, just allowing me, you know, to get the router in. With these, the humbucker and the control panel, I probably will do a big hole at each end, and then by hand cut out the majority of the wood, so that it's not too much strain on the router. Because, you know, if the router bit goes blunt, we've got another big problem, because it will start, you know, tearing huge chunks out of the wood rather than cutting it nicely. So, excuse me. Right, let me just swivel the camera round to where I'm going to be doing the first part of this. So on my pillar drill, and I've got a Forstner bit set up in there, 20mm Forstner bit, which will, you know, remove a lot of material quickly. How's that? Focus is all right. Okay, so bit of a noise alert, but I'm going to start now cutting the pilot holes in this body. Bit of a scary moment, but not as bad as the routing, to be honest. Okay, so here we go. Start with the neck pocket. One thing I did forget to mention, I am going to be putting these holes in the cavities all the way through this board, because this is the top half, and I've got the other half, the back, which is going to glue onto the back. So yeah, I'm going all the way through these with these holes. So just go through again from the other side. Okay, so that's all of the pilot holes drilled, ready to start on the routing. But first of all, I'm going to cut the rest of this, or most of this out for the neck pocket on the bandsaw. I can't do these ones with the bandsaw because obviously I can't get the blade in there. But I might cut those out by hand before I start the routing, so that it doesn't have so much work to do. Right, so here we go on the bandsaw. Right, so that's a majority of the neck pocket cut out. This piece here is going to be disappearing completely, and also a little bit off the top of here as well. But I wanted to keep the meat on there for now, so that I've got a bit of a base for the template to sit on. So I think I'll attempt to cut these holes out as well by hand. How are we doing for time? Okay. Yeah, I think, what should I use for that? Let's see. I will try my little Japanese saw. It might work, we'll see. Okay, so just change the blade. Got a hacksaw blade in there at the moment. It's going to be a little bit tricky. Shouldn't be too bad. I need to start it with a different saw, a narrower saw. Try a hacksaw. I'm not sure about that. Okay, start with the control panel. control panel cavity, I don't have a template for this, so I'll be routing that by hand, or kind of freestyle. That's not going to work. Right. Actually, let me just change this one back to the hacksaw blade. Might be a bit better. Not ideal, I know, but should be fine. That's easier. Try not to cut my hand off. Start the other one as well. Right, let me put it on the workbench. That's going to be easier. That'll be easier. Oh dear. Right, switch back to the other blade. Now I've got those started, I should be able to get this blade in. It will work. Let me just clamp that down. That's better. Why don't I use the jigsaw, man? Okay. It's quite tough wood though. Pretty hard to get through it, but that should work. Be a bit faster. Yeah, that's a bit quicker. Let's do the humbucker hole now as well. Sawdust in the eyes. cut too high up, but I haven't gone outside where the cover will be, so it will still be fine. Right, so we've made a start. We've got the begin. Let me just sort this camera out, which is now full of dust, by the way. Not good. Okay, so I knew this would take a while. So we've got the beginnings of the neck pocket, the top humbucker slot, and the control panel slot. So I've got to set the router up and the templates to start doing the rest of it. In fact, I think I'll do this one first, the one that's kind of freestyle, and then I'll do these ones with the templates after. So that's going to be in part 4. Hope you're enjoying this series as much as I am. If so, please give a thumbs up, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Really need to get my numbers up. So, in the meantime, please look after yourselves, look after each other. We will see you soon. Peace out.